Well, a big name literally leads a Celtic attack. Pierre van Hooijdonk returns to Glasgow to make his Masters bow, ably supported by compatriot Regi. This is Darren Jackson's 7th Masters. He was part of the Celtic side which won this 4 years ago. Now, Dundee United are the least experienced Masters side here, but they are the youngest. 7 of this side are making their Masters debuts. Andy McLaren and Tannadice legend David Bowman are the only 2 who've played this kind of football before. Well, he was a figure of controversy during his time in Britain, Pierre van Hooijdonk, but he had goals in his boots, 52 in 84 games for Celtic. Can he repeat that kind of form here in the Masters? Great to see Dundee United back at the Masters as well, only the 2nd time that the men in Tangerine have appeared here in Glasgow. Watching this with me is Stuart McCall, who's taking a breather after playing for Rangers in the previous game. What are you expecting from this one, Stuart?
Yeah, some new faces. Obviously big Pierre there, he looks to have really piled the pounds on like us all. Look at that, there's not a pick on him. I'm sure he'll be exciting, and obviously the little boy Blinker as well.
It's Van Hooijdonk finding Regi Blinker. It's deflected, it's in, and Celtic are in front.
I think they've certainly got the firepower, as we're saying there, with them 2 boys, and obviously Darren Jackson as well.
2nd time he's played in Masters football, deflected in off Ray McKinnon. May go to a dubious goals panel, that one. Celtic in front though. Can Dundee United pick themselves up? It's a team which, as I mentioned before, is made up mainly of Masters debutants.
Yeah, that's right. But again, with them, they've got, you know, Conley, Brewster, McLaren. They've got boys who can score goals as well. So it's going to be obviously it's early days, an interesting game. It's unlucky to lose a goal so early on with a deflection like that, but plenty of time.
This is Ray McKinnon. Ball deflected in off him and past Stuart Gordon into the Dundee United net. Here's Andy McLaren, who's still playing at non-league level. Did achieve a hat-trick once. McLaren sent off 3 times in 1 game. During his Dundee days. If you thought that was bad, David Bowman, who was playing alongside him, was sent off 4 times in 1 game.
Yeah, but the 4th one was harsh.
And Chick Charnley, who's playing for Celtic, received 17 red cards in his career, so it's no wonder that Jeff Winter is refereeing this one.
Yeah.
It could get feisty.
Yeah, we've had a few battles with Chick, that's for sure.
Charnley at the moment keeping his powder dry on the bench for Celtic. Dundee United looking to try and find a way back into this. Here's McLaren, played for Kilmarnock in the Masters here last year. Boyd with the nudge away. Regi Blinker looking for Darren Jackson, the Celtic captain here. Blinker again, Van Hooijdonk out wide. Here he is, Pierre van Hooijdonk. It's in Holland now on TV. Was he caught a little nibble at Van Hooijdonk? I think he lashed out too. The free kick has gone Celtic's way. Well, he was remembered for his free kicks, Pierre van Hooijdonk.
Yeah, certainly was.
He was lining this one up. Almost the halfway line. Van Hooijdonk with it. And the 1-man wall of David Bowman repels it for Dundee United. McLaren, who's sharp. Already the tackle's beginning to fly in. That was Tom Boyd's challenge there for Celtic.
I think as the game goes on as well, you get tired. I mean, you saw with our game, there was a few late tackles. We got there as early as we could, but you know, in the heat and everything, you end up getting later and later.
We did notice you arrived late a few times too. In fact, you're just arriving now, aren't you?
Yeah.
Although you did have a hand in Derek McInnes' equalising goal there.
Best pass of the night, that. Off my leg deflection.
Via the roof. 1-0 to Celtic, halfway through the first half. First game between Stuart McCall's Rangers and Hearts. Finished all square at 2-2, so whoever wins this one, if there is to be a winner, take a real steel march on those other 3 teams in this tournament. Harry Boland finding Garden in the Dundee United goal. McLaren, who will be key here for Dundee United. And McKinnon tipping over Andy McLaren there. David Bowman. McKinnon waiting in the middle here. Good save from Stuart Kerr. Got down well to Celtic.
There we go. Darren Jackson's been stood up there for the last 5 minutes just waiting for the ball. It's great being a striker in these games. You know, when one striker's allowed to stay in the thing, you just stand waiting for the ball. McCoy and Jucky for us used to be masters at it.
The free kick here to Celtic. Now this could be trouble. Chick Charnley is talking to David Craig.
Chick, these games are proving very tight tonight so far.
Yeah, we're getting start. Where to get the goal? So we'll just hold the ball from now on.
Celtic have been runners-up in this 4 times. Can tonight be your night, you think?
Well, the competition will be great, but hopefully we can go one step further.
Well, Chick, I know you're anxious to get on. Get going.
Runs a pub these days, Chick Charnley. I bet that's a lively establishment. And he's about to come on here. I was about to say race on for Celtic, but more meander on from the far side. Celtic leading, Dundee United looking to get back into this and try to feel their way into this tournament.
That's right, they've had a couple of efforts. You know, they're unlucky to go down early on with the deflection, as we say, but I think they've had 2 efforts. Keeper's made 2 good saves since then. There's not been much goal malfunction though at the minute.
O'Neill tried to change that for the man in Tangerine. David Bowman, part of that Dundee United side which reached the UEFA Cup final 22 years ago. Gary Boland, worth the effort and chested in by John O'Neill. 1-1. Has he ever scored an easier goal?
It's good reflexes though. He noticed, you know, Bobo's at the shot, hit the back, has reacted well to it and put it in with his, was it his chest? Or his, yeah, we'll be kind and say it was his chest.
An ample chest.
Yeah. I've got to say, if it hit me in that area at the moment, I'd probably burst the ball. I'm carrying that much.
1-1. Jeff Winter was just having a quick check to see if it was handball there from John O'Neill, but looked like the chest. And this is John O'Neill, who's level for Dundee United. Used to be Duncan Ferguson's sidekick in their days at Tannadice. Both once got on the wrong side of Jim McLean and both had to dig a ditch. I think Jim McLean was tempted to push them into. An unusual punishment.
Unusual man. good football man, obviously.
Jim McLean, great football man.
Yeah.
Chick Charnley already involved in a little bit of feistiness though, we saw a few seconds ago. So the first game finished all square between Rangers and Hearts at the moment as we head towards half-time. This one also level pegging.
We didn't play particularly well in our game, to be honest. Good effort, Bobo. So we were happy with the point in the end, I say, because we can play better than that, and hopefully we will do.
Chick Charnley was caught like there by Paddy Connolly, and Charnley having words with Jeff Winter.
I think if we were having a book, he'd be the first one to go in the book. If we were having a bet on it.
It's not a game if he doesn't see red, is it? There's Gary Boland, who played in Europe for 4 different Scottish clubs, which must be some kind of record.
Yeah. And to be fair to Gary, at the time he was going to quit with his knee and he could have taken a payoff, but he didn't. And he decided to carry on because he loved the game. And he went on and made a good living out of it. And did ever so well. He's a great lad.
Charnley trying to free Andy Walker. Nothing to choose between these two. From what we've seen, 4 evenly matched sides so far.
Yeah, there don't seem to be a lot in it. And as I say, you know, we were slightly disappointed with our performance, and this is tight, as you said. Celtic haven't had since a shot of an effort on goal, and Dundee United probably in the ascendancy out of the 2 teams.
It's the second time Dundee United have appeared in Masters football. The last time was 9 years ago. Celtic are the habitual runners-up, really. They've won it just the once, which is 4 years ago. That's Gary Boland, it's deflected. Deflection this time almost went in Dundee United's favour.
Thin line between failure and success, I keep telling our lads that. Celtic have won, it goes in. Dundee United have won, it's a post.
That's Brian McLaughlin trying in the final few seconds of the first half. All square at 1-1. But Gary Boland lining this one up, which took a slight deflection. As Dundee United almost took the lead before half-time. Just striking the post. We've seen a deflection go against Dundee United. That one almost went for them. Regi Blinker with Celtic's goal, deflecting off McKinnon. And then Dundee United equalising thanks to John O'Neill chesting the ball home from point-blank range. So the ball had ricocheted back off the boards.
So United brought the key weapon on now, Big Craig up front.
Craig Brewster, the number 8, who arrived late here. Is on late in this game.
He'll certainly fancy himself for a couple of goals.
And we put the muckers on him there because I think out of picture he slipped over, but Pierre van Hooijdonk just being warned by Jeff Winter, so too David Bowman. Those who I don't think came across each other during their playing days, professional days. There may have been a slight overlap. Sometimes you find in Masters football they have scores to settle. I'm sure you don't, Stuart.
No, not at all.
We'll wait and see.
Life's too short for grudges.
Great to see Pierre van Hooijdonk here.
Yeah, I think all the boys came over together, didn't they? Mikey Moles, gets off it again.
And Regi flying over from Holland. Stuart Kerr's been fantastic in the Celtic goals so far.
Yeah, he has.
Dundee United, more work maybe for him to do. This is Darren Jackson at the other end. Jackson just trying to steer it around Stuart Gordon, but couldn't.
So one chance you wait for up there when you're waiting all that time. We had a couple with Mickey Moles and you just put it wrong side of the post, and that's what happens. You get caught on the break, but it's a gamble you've got to take and have 5v4 in the opposite half.
Right, let's go down pitch side. David Craig is with Gary Boland of Dundee United.
Well, Gary, another finding poise game, but you had a good chance as well.
We had a good chance, yeah. I thought I had a good shot, and I couldn't really see it. It was somebody blocked my vision, but I think Stuart made a good save there.
See the sweat pouring off you. It's warm in here tonight. How difficult is that making it?
It's extremely warm, you know, and the pace of the game's very quick as well, so it makes it a difficult night.
Thanks very much.
That's Craig Brewster with the shot over the top. Before that, Darren Jackson may have deflected a goal-bound effort away from the Dundee United goal.
Yeah, good strike by Big Pierre and hit Darren and just went wide.
Celtic have been in the final 5 of the last 6 years. They've won this just the once. Looking to improve that record. Regi Blinker, who made the move to Celtic from Sheffield Wednesday, with Paolo Di Canio going the other way. Van Hooijdonk lining this one up. Bang on target too. Here he is again. You always see players when they're making a debut just feel them the game out, the brand of football out of the first 5 or 6 minutes, and then really take it by the scruff of the neck. Van Hooijdonk trying to do just that.
Yeah, that's right. I think we've got obviously Mickey Moles, Gary McSwiggan. They're new to it, especially when you're a forward, knowing to stay up and where to go in that. But I'm sure Pierre later on will come into his own. Hopefully not against us.
The Old Firm game on the way soon. That was Garden pouncing on Darren Jackson. Jackson into the boards here. This is where he gets feisty. And the players cannon into the boards. Paddy Connolly, the man who went down. Big Celtic fan, Paddy Connolly, has announced himself on the Premier League stage by scoring twice against Celtic. He scored 5 goals against his boyhood heroes. That's Bruce, that's surely a penalty.
Yeah.
Jeff Winter spots it. It's a penalty to Dundee United.
Yeah, Boydie's got no complaints there. He tried to nick it. Big Craig swivelled him. He's kicked off. If that were in a professional game, it'd have been a foul and it'd have a red card, it'd have been off.
Craig Brewster, the man who was fouled, to put Dundee United in front here, does just that. The men from Tannadice lead by 2 goals to 1. Emphatic finish this.
Yeah, he's waiting for the keeper to go and slotted it in nicely.
Jeff Winter having to sort something out here between Darren Jackson and Regi Blinker. I said this game might get feisty between these.
It was a free kick just in front of us down at the bottom, and Darren says thinking that led to the penalty decision. So we still, mind you, it won't be, Daz won't be Daz if he won't complain about something. Really passionate about the game.
Dundee United have only ever won 1 game in Masters football. They're leading Celtic by 2 goals to 1. So plenty of time for Celtic to get back in this. Mark McNally. Van Hooijdonk. Regi Blinker. Jackson waiting inside the Dundee United penalty area. It's a slalom-like run from Regi Blinker. Almost found the finish too.
Yeah, great skill, great ability, and a good block in the end.
It was by Ray McKinnon. Dundee United stay on after this and face Hearts, who drew with Stuart McCall's Rangers 2-2 in game 1. So the winners here will go top of the group. Remember, the top 2 meet in the final. O'Neill. This is Brewster. Paddy Connolly looking for Brewster. Now Darren Jackson was moaning to Jeff Winter a few seconds ago. We can hear from him. He's talking to David Craig.
Darren, you had a few words to say to Jeff Winter. Tell us, it's a family show though.
I thought it was a foul. I thought it wasn't a foul. They gave a foul, but he seems to give a lot of fouls against me, so I just need to get on with it. But just can't help myself.
You need something here and quick, don't you?
You do, yeah. They're actually keeping the ball quite well. I've had a couple of chances, should have scored, but we've been disappointed.
Thanks, Dave.
Craig Brewster rattling the crossbar for Dundee United.
Yeah, great strikers. Unfortunate there. Keeper beating all ends up there.
He's the oldest outfield professional player playing in the United Kingdom. Craig Brewster. He managed Dundee United briefly too. Andy Walker tried to poke the ball goalwards. Is this good enough for Dundee United? This would be a big win for them, a big scalp. Celtic looking to try and pressure Dundee United. All the time there's Celtic leaving Tom Boyd back. Although it cost him before and he gave away the penalty again. He's having a nibble at Brewster off the ball. McLaren, who can keep the ball. Now Grant Johnson, who's a lawyer now. Lovely touch from McLaren. There's confidence for you. It's Gary Bolin lining it up again. Again, Stuart Kerr in the way. But for him, it could have been 4 or 5 for Dundee United.
Yeah, good football, wasn't it? Gary's always good coming on his left foot. He's got a great strike of the ball.
Celtic need the big names of Van Hooijdonk and Blinker and Walker and Jackson to click here. Time is running out.
Oh, brilliant vision.
Brewster with the layoff. It could be good night. It is. Finish from Grant Johnson. It looks like it's all over. And a big scalp for Dundee United.
Yeah, good block originally. And then Craig had the vision to see the runner. And great ball and great finish. And at this moment, you've got to say it probably deserved.
I mentioned earlier on, you can always tell players who are still in the game, still involved, that the touch is still there, the sharpness is still there.
What are you trying to say? You can tell I finished 5 or 6 years ago.
I didn't want to mention that, Stuart. 3-1 to Dundee United. Deserving?
Yeah, I would say so. I've got to say, I would say so. After the initial, I thought Celtic started really well, but I think Dundee United have come into their own, and I think, to be honest, they've been a better side here.
This is McLaren, it could be another one. Plenty of zip in that. Pierre Van Hooijdonk for Celtic. Caught by Brewster. Play goes on. That'll do for Dundee United. They have beaten Celtic by 3 goals to 1. It's only the second time that Dundee United have won a game in Masters football. Their first time back in the Scottish Masters in 9 years. And they've taken the big scalp, the prize scalp of Celtic. Key moment this was the penalty decision, no question about it. Look at Van Boyd on Brewster. Just inside the box.
Tom just tried to nick it in front of him, and Craig's turned him and finished the penalty. That's great vision, that. Good touch.
And missed the goal which wrapped up the game. It's victory for Dundee United. They've beaten Celtic by 3 goals to 1.
Thanks, Gary. Well, we have our first winners at this the Scottish Masters here.